You know how you make a Dodge transmission reliable?
Put forward fluid in it. Race truck.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, hopefully I don't die, we are going to do a transmission segment on the 15. So we got about 1,000 miles on it since I bought it. No issues as of yet, so we pulled the trigger and we hit up our boy Ethan over at WP Diesel. Where's his logo? Right here. Sent us out a valve body, short turnaround time, and kind of got me the parts I needed or told me what I needed. So what we're gonna be installing today is a WP Diesel valve body. This has a billet channel plate. It looks like he is running the bonded separator plate here. Transgo servo blocker, servo plate, and whatever is behind there, not sure, but I trust them. We have a RevMax thermal bypass right here. Nice little unit, I suppose. And Ethan got us set up. He already put the screw-in filter for us, which is a cool mod with a fresh filter. We also have the lower filter right there. We have this PPE deep pan. I always like PPE. I feel like their quality's good, their price point's good. I've never had any issues with them. The black and milled looks nice. It's got the nice filter support. It does have a drain gauge port if you feel so inclined. And then Ethan also got us set up with a bracket. So guys, it's pretty simple. What we're gonna do is carefully drain the transmission fluid out. I believe they're 13s. Let me take a look. Nope, they are 10 mils. So you're gonna take out all the 10 mils. These factory pans do not have drains. So what we're gonna do is undo all of them except one in hopes to get the pan to tip and dump the fluid. There's our thermal bypass as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get started getting this draining. It's kind of hard to get a camera in right now. I'll have Dave kind of help me out here in a minute. Okay guys, so we have the pan off. You guys saw how we left one bolt, kind of drained it in here, got the filter off. We got all the valve body bolts out. I do that just so it can drain a little bit. We got our spin-on filter off right here. And again, this is that plastic one that can break off. So we're gonna go ahead and put the steel one in. And we're just kind of letting it drain. Once we get this all buttoned up, we'll tackle this. I don't think my drain pan can quite spread. What I do with the bolts is I just lay them in the old pan in the general vicinity of where they came out of the valve body, because I'll be honest, I don't even know the difference on these. I don't do enough of them, so that's how I keep them straight in my head. Now, normally on a 68 valve body, a lot of you guys will get it where the solenoid pack is not included. Ethan on this one left us the solenoid pack. So all we're gonna do is make sure that the detent is all the way in park, which parks all the way back. And if you guys look here, if you just put yours in park before you pull it, you'll see, again, all the way back, kind of lined up there. And we go over here, lined up here. So we are good. From here, all we're gonna do is stab this thing in. Make sure to support it with one hand, and then you're gonna go ahead and just get the bolts in. They torque to like 110 inch-pounds, I believe. So don't go crazy, but get them in there, that way you're not supporting it. Now we have it all in place, filters, fluid. The valve body bound up a little bit, so you saw me take it down. If you fight it, it should look flush. If you fight it, take it back down. Easiest thing. Now let's go ahead and throw this pan on. All right, guys, so we got the pan back on, torque to spec, and now we're working on this. Pretty easy. You pop these little E-clips out like this, and then give these lines a little twist. They'll twist in this bracket, they pop right out. You put new O-rings in here, and then I think these are just like dust covers or something, so we'll pop those back down, and then we'll thread these portions in here. My only complaint is RevMax gives you new clips and O-rings, which is cool for this side, but they do not on that side. So I don't know, just kind of something that rubbed me the wrong way. But all in all, let me get this bolted in and we'll be ready to go. And there we go, guys. The RevMax thermal bypass is on. Full disclosure, PPE. All right, I'm pretty sure they designed this off the earlier 6.7s that didn't have these thermal bypass blocks sitting here. Because if you guys could see here, it's pretty tight. I don't think it's gonna vibrate because it is like if you vibrate it, it still doesn't touch. But Dave came up with the idea. We just stuck a wrench in there, bent them over, so that way we had a little clearance on the pan. PPE, if you watch this, a little foresight on this would be great, but maybe a lot of guys don't run these pans with stock lines. I'm not too sure.
Race truck.
So anyway, now all that's left, put fluid in it, do a quick relearn, and then go beat the snot out of it. All right, guys, now we're gonna add fluid. I don't know, I've had these anywhere from 6 quarts to 8 quarts to 10 quarts. This isn't technically a deep pan, but it does hold a little bit more because it is a flat bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw 2 gallons right in there, probably maybe another quart, so 9 total. Start it up, put it in neutral, and see where she's at. Obviously running through all the gears, that kind of stuff. But that's what we're gonna do. For fluid, we are using the finest Walmart had to offer, which is the Valvoline Dexmark. It is, yeah, here you go. GM and Ford. You know how you make a Dodge transmission reliable?
Put Ford fluid in it.
You gosh dang right. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thrown in. Obviously you have to go really slow because of this dipstick tube angle. Here we go. We're gonna, God bless us all. Why is this thing not in, oh. Oh, LOL. All right, let me put this back up in the air. I forgot to plug it in. All right, guys. Let's see if we actually have park now. Hey, look at that. So we have reverse, we have neutral, we have drive.
Is that supposed to be leaking?
Look at that. Look at that line pressure, guys. Took just at 10 quarts with the PP pan, letting it drain for a while we screwed around with the valve body and stuff. I'm not gonna end this video off here, but the night is gonna end here. I'm gonna drive it. I figure I'll drive it. Today is currently Monday. I figure I'll give it a couple of days, and then I'll close this video out with maybe some driving, showing you guys line pressure and kind of my opinion on this valve body compared to stock. We do have the same tuner, so that should stay relatively similar. It'll just be the difference in the valve body. So for right now, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up for the rest of the night, get this thing on the road, get some miles on it, and I will update you. Take you on this drive real quick. You guys can see coolant and oil are up to temp. I just drove it home. Now we're going back to the shop, and the trans is at 127. So again, talking about that 30 degree, and this is about half throttle. Just butter shifts. Super nice, firm, but not like irritatingly firm. And then again, with very little boost up there, you guys can kind of see. And then I'm gonna just kind of slowly lay into the throttle a little bit and watch the line pressure. So you guys can see there, we're at 230. And again, that wasn't a huge amount of throttle, and it's right there. So all in all, I'm very happy with it. It's a good product. I would definitely recommend Ethan. And again, if you guys hit us up, we can get you set up with one of his valve bodies as well.
Oh, I'm so tired now. Just about the air-powered one.
I have kind of forgotten about a shop tour or update. We got the vanities in, still got to hook up the water. Toilets are back in. Obviously, we still got to fix some door trim here. It's honestly a great day. You still got to paint this floor. This room is still the staging area, but it is a great day when your bathroom finally has a doorknob. Side story, guys. This doorknob was not in here, and we were using like a screwdriver and the square drive here. I got stuck in here several times. Anyway, we got some decorations kind of put up. This is kind of stuff my wife had gotten me. A couple of those. We got that, Larry. We got some of our plaques and stuff. Poor Dave. I mean, really, just that's his one trophy. And then I just, you know, we filled up the rest of it. We got broken billet rods, melted pistons. We got all of our lanyards from previous events. We got our GT50 turbine wheel, our GT50 compressor wheel. Just kind of, every time I come in here now, I kind of laugh a little bit. But yep, we got all of our stuff set up here. We are currently working on this sled pull truck. It belongs to Wyatt. He brought it to us. Basically, it did not run, didn't crank. It's a fresh engine. I don't know who did what or whatever, but he brought it to us with some issues. First thing we tackled was some battery wiring. They had ran all the battery cables, which is great, except there was no ground cable to the engine, and we did some other miscellaneous wiring here. We had to set the valve lash. Once we got it to crank, we heard that wasn't right. And then unfortunately it did not build any oil pressure. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this engine out, address the suction tube, which is most likely the cause, as is there's no oil coming from any of the galley plugs. And we have this Duramax with the cab finally down. We waited forever to get some S&B body mounts, but man, they look good. So don't mind this oil. I was changing the oil on this and I dropped the oil filter. So this base, still kind of a disaster. We added another snap-on toolbox. This is a repo unit. We also got the 6.4 out of David's truck. So this is just kind of sitting here. We got some core blocks. And yeah, guys, other than that, we got this truck in. This truck is here for a hydraulic control unit on the ABS. Unfortunately, it bit the dust. And then this truck, we put a clutch in. 5 days later, customer calls us, hey, my truck's making a weird noise. We're like, all right, bring it back. You know, we'll honor it if it's a clutch problem. And the 4500 countershaft bearing is gone. So, you know, it is what it is. In closing, you guys saw that little clip of me driving that new valve body. Really, really happy. Seen about 230 PSI. The tune's set for 225. We are gonna make a couple of changes to the tuning, basically to allow us to have locked 4th gear and locked 3rd gear. So that'll be pretty good. We also have street racer over here. But anyway, huge thank you to Ethan for getting that out to me in a timely manner. It's a great product. The PPE pan, again, if you're okay bending your factory lines, great. If not, I guess return it. Again, the RevMax part, I said my piece. I really wish those guys would have included O-rings. You're talking about 50 cents, and I feel like it would have made the product a lot better. But it did work. You guys saw the transmission fluid temperature about 35 degrees cooler. And all in all, I'm very, very happy with the truck. We've essentially done what I would call everything to make it reliable. Yes, we'll adjust the trans and the fueling and the lift pump and all that stuff, but that is to come. I really want to get started on some other projects, so that's kind of where we're going to leave it for right now. Anyway, guys, if you need a 68 valve body, hit us up. We sell Ethan's product, or you can go directly to him as well. Again, that's WP Diesel out in Indiana. Hopefully you guys like this video. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not already. And as always, I will catch you on the next one.